Hey, good evening, everybody. Good evening. It is Wednesday, about 7 o'clock Central Time, and I'm RV Debs, and I do a live stream. Yes, on Wednesdays. I have usually a good bunch of people here, I'd say, and we just chat about pretty much anything. Who's going to be the first person in to say hello? Nobody? So, as you can see, it is still light out here in Texas. Hi, Georgiana. Thanks for coming in and being the first one to say hello. Hello. Hi, Mary. Julia. Hello, Julia. Hello, Megan. Welcome. I'm so glad you're coming in. It always makes me feel better. Yes, hello, Jose. As you can see, we are still with light out here in South Texas, but what time is it now? 7 o'clock. It's not winter. It's definitely staying brighter out. Hi, Kelly Cat. Hello, Martha. Good. I'm so glad to see you all. Hi, Lisa. With pretty flowers and stuff. Hello, Carolyn, Georgia, and Molly, Ace. Matter of fact, if you have a minute, type where you're calling from. Let's see how far spread out we are. Right now, we've got Georgia. I'm in South Texas. Megan's in Michigan, and they just got snow tonight. Georgiana's about 4 hours from me, San Antonio, Texas. You got San Diego in the house, North Illinois, Knoxville, and Northeast. Julia and Mary are in Tennessee. I love Tennessee. It's a beautiful state. Another Michigander, and then Jose's in El Paso. I've never been to El Paso. Lisa is in northern Michigan. I've been in Michigan many times, but never got all the way up to the top. Hello, Sean's Life, Albuquerque. That's somewhere I'd like to go visit. New Mexico. Greg's in Vegas. Hi, Greg. North Illinois, another North. Molly's in North Illinois too. You say North Illinois or do you say Illinois North? Anyway, yes, I have been to Michigan and Tennessee and Illinois. Well, I've only been in Illinois just to get to Michigan. I mean, I really do never have been to Chicago, Northern Illinois. Okay. Yeah, this is southern Texas. I mean, the border's like closer than it's very close. Sharon's in Maryland and Linda Metcalf's in Montana. Montana. I've been to Montana. What a big, wide, open space Montana is. Melinda, how you doing, Linda? Welcome. And Melinda is in Massachusetts. I've been to Georgia. We used to do the Renaissance Fair in Atlanta, Georgia, and for about 5 years in a row, we did the Yellow Daisy. That's where actually I got Lily from Georgia. Lily, come here. Come here. Come here. Come. She's like right out of my reach. Hello, Fearless Tim. Yeah, so Lily is actually a Georgia. She was born near Stone Mountain, Georgia. How are you, Tim? It's been a long time. I'm doing okay. I can't say I'm doing great, but I can't say I'm doing bad. So I'll just say I'm okay. I mean, this is a real hard time of year for me. Yesterday, just to let you know what I've been doing. Can you see the candle? Let's see. That candle. Oh, sorry. Anyway, there's a candle, a yard candle. Hi, Margie. And I lit that yesterday because on April 8th, I had my father passed away and my sister passed away. There were time in between, but yeah, both of them died April 8th. So I lit a yard candle, which lasts 24 hours. So it's still lit. And it makes me sad. So April 8th is one of those dates that I'm glad is over. What is today, the 9th, which is good. Now, coming up, May is another one of those things. My husband died on the 6th of May, and you know, his birthday was on the 12th. There's a lot of heavy. My mother died May 29th. Hi, Patrick. Hi, Susan. You're not late. It is okay, it's a tradition in the Jewish home. I don't do it with religion in the background, but yahrzeit candles are what people light for their loved ones. And the reason they don't usually light them on the like on April 8th. It would be more like the Jewish calendar, but I don't go by that. I just go by the date. So yesterday was kind of tough. Friday's your birthday coming up. Great. Gonna be what, 39? Happy birthday for sure. So I'm over it. I mean, I'm trying not to get sad. I was a little sad yesterday, mixed in. I tried to stay busy. That's the best thing you can do is just stay busy. Yes, happy birthday to Susan. I wish that today was your birthday. But hey, Friday's coming up. I'm not going to be doing any more Saturday live streams, not for a while. Um, Instead of doing the live streams on Saturday, I'm going to try to put, yeah, it's a hard day. No, Ace, you're right. But I decided that I'm going to put out a video more often. And I've been putting out shorts. Have anybody caught my shorts that I've been just putting up real quick? I've done a few of those. You like them? And they're easy for me. I mean, they're not fancy. Okay, I'm not a fancy. I don't have the camera work, but I do like doing them. I don't. You can't make a lot of money, but it's they counted for views. I don't know. I'm trying to get my views up because they're down right now. But I'm glad you like them because I enjoy doing them, and let's see how that works for a while. And plus, regular videos. I put 2 videos out last week, so I'm all caught up. I'm glad you like them. That's good. And then Jim and I went to lunch at Denny's. That was in my last video. So I figured instead of trying to do the noon Saturday, if I felt like one, I can just do an impromptu live stream anytime. But I'll keep Wednesday. Hi, Marilyn. Thumbs up is always appreciated. It really is. Thanks, RV Lucky. I'm so happy to see you all here today. It's not that I'm not enjoying YouTube. I think we go through ups and downs in our lives. And because I do this live stream and vlogging for 8 years, you know, sometimes I get real busy with YouTube, and sometimes I kind of lay back. I like doing little videos and not having the pressure. Live streams are pressure. It makes me feel like I have to. So I decided for a while, Wednesday, I'll keep my Wednesday night. If I want to throw in a live stream, other times I'll just do it. And I'll keep shorts coming. Carrie Joe, it's so good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, so I'm gonna do more videoing. I'm gonna do more shorts. I'm gonna start whatever I cook. That's what I can do is a short video here and there on cooking and stuff. So I was thinking about superstition and sayings, you know, right? And I can understand that, Margie. And it's not usually for the last 8 years. I have not done two live streams every week. I didn't, but over the last few years, I have, and I think it's better once a week a live stream and a couple of videos during the week, and maybe a short or two. Let's see how that works for me. I have a playlist that's so loaded. I've done more videos than you name somebody. I bet I've done more videos. Hello, Whispering Feline. I'm doing okay. My eyes are a little better. I have makeup on tonight. They still have, dry eye syndrome, but I accept it. It's not been real bad because I've been taking special drops and they've helped. But it still gets blurry. So I was thinking about sayings. I even looked a few up. Um, because I always okay, Marilyn, I'm glad you like the shorts. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little pressure off because I've been busy, and when I say busy, even though I'm not running around doing a lot, I have stuff I'm doing, and I don't want anybody to get mad at me, but I can only do so much stuff, and that's what I'm doing. But I think once a week is fun because Alton came up with this, and I thought superstitions or like you don't put your hat in bed. My mother and father used to have like don't put shoes. No, I don't watch Cat Lady Van. I don't know who that is. I don't really watch a lot of van dwellers, but I do watch people that live in tiny homes. I watch travelers, like we've talked about this. I love cruise ship travel. I like train travel, sailboats, all kinds of traveling, and that's really fun. And I watch a lot of shorts. I mean, do you guys do that too? You just gonna go through them and go through them. Uh, hey, James. No, I don't travel very often anymore. I have done a lot of traveling, and as I've gotten older, it's not as easy for me to travel. So, hi, Sarah, Connecticut. Yeah, I could get into the shorts. I could. Yeah, I've never heard of her. Sharon. Hey, Denise. Yeah, nice. You're in Mississippi. Have you eaten any of the seafood there yet, Margie? Oh my gosh. Well, I talked to Kathy today. Kathy's my one of my oldest friends in the world. I worked with her for years, and I lived on her property in my RV for 6 years, and her family. So we talked today, and her mom's 95. I can't believe it. Okay, well, I know that who it is then because I know recently that he did. So Sarah, are you new here? Welcome to the channel. I do a live stream on Wednesdays, 7 o'clock Central. And we can talk about just about anything. So my grandmother had a superstition. I thought I'd share it with you. Happy anniversary. Oh, I love the seafood in Mississippi. I don't know how a seafood buffet, but how bad could it be? So my grandmother used to wear a little piece of red fabric, and she would take a little baby safety pin and pin it to her bra on the inside. Does anybody ever hear that superstition? And she did it because she didn't want anyone to give her the evil eye. They call it a kinahora in Jewish. So anyway, that was a superstition that she always had that inside, so nobody could put a spell on her. That's a new one. Yeah, that was in my grandma was a Russian Jew, grandma and grandpa. So maybe they brought it over from the old country because they were definitely old. It's a long time ago. Does anybody else have any family superstitions that you still do today? I don't wear any red in my bra like my grandma though. No. I'm trying to think if I have any superstitions. Not really. I probably am, and I can't think of them. Yeah, when I was in Alabama, which is right next to Mississippi, they had the very best seafood. Shrimp that was just, oh, I would love some of that shrimp. Texas is not so great on seafood. No, Texas is good with Tex-Mex. That's what we have here. No superstitions to share. I know it's don't want to don't let a black cat run in front of you. I was told not to open up an umbrella in. Yeah, me. That's what I was told too. Never open up an umbrella indoors. It's bad luck. You're not new. Well, I'm glad you're here. Working a lot, doesn't that suck? And you got to work a lot sometimes. But I am a semi-retired. I'm pretty retired. Don't sweep under someone's feet. I didn't know that one, James. What happens if you sweep under someone's feet? Is it bad luck? Covering the mirrors in the house when someone dies. Well, Mary, that is that's a Jewish thing too. When somebody passes away, you sit Shiva, and yeah, that so don't sweep under, and don't put your shoes on a table ever. Yeah, black eyed peas. That's a big superstition to start the new year. Hey, Connie, you're not late. Whenever you come here is perfect. I'm gonna start doing more shorts. I'm gonna try to get more active with videoing. If you open it up an umbrella, ooh, someone was gonna pass away. But I was also told not to wash clothes on New Year's Day, or You would wash someone out of your life. Wow. I've never heard that one. The umbrella one I've heard. Susan said as a kid I was told not to step on a crack because you'll break your mom's back. I knew that one too. Hi Lynn. Hi Cynthia Sunflowers. I've heard it called a witch's brew. Don't buy shoes for your love. They will walk out of your life. Ooh, that's a really interesting one. Oh my God, that's funny. Don't buy shoes for your love because they'll walk out of your life. Cynthia, that's kind of wild. Oh my goodness. Huh. Well, I don't have anyone to buy shoes for. Yeah, I did not know that one. Or how you start the new year is how you're going to end the new year, or something like that. Isn't that a good one? Mary Bowman said, my mom said that all the time about doing laundry on New Year's Day. Don't do laundry on New Year's Day. I never heard that one. That's an interesting though. Yeah, see, there's a lot of things that we brought up and we just, you just automatically still do it. Carol says, or he could go barefoot. But the idea of not to buy shoes because it'll walk out in your life. Diogenes. Wow, what a neat name. Thank you. These are I got these online. They were not expensive. But I love the side as the like it looks like diamonds, but it's not. Thank you. I have two pairs of these. I've got one that's like a purple color, but it's a different dot. When I went to get my glasses, every time I go, I have a different prescription. So yeah, but these are my best ones like so far. Georgia. Diva Mama says she still knocks on wood. You know what? I knock on wood too. How many in here knock on wood? Oh yeah, knock on wood. Trying to think of some more. There's a lot of stuff that we do, or that we, family did. James, I'm glad you did too. See, we do the knock on wood. You better knock on wood, baby. Mary says if you speak the name of a deceased person while holding a lucky rabbit's foot, it loses its lick. I don't get that lick part. Margie knocks on wood. Susan knocks on wood. We all knock on wood. Salt over the shoulder. If you spill the salt. Hi, Julie. Welcome. Miss says she just avoids the things that make her say knock on wood. If a bird flies in the house, someone is going to die. Hmm. Okay, well, I haven't had any birds flying in the house. Oh, it should be luck. Let me go back and read it again. Oh, okay. So if you speak the name of a deceased person while holding a lucky rabbit's foot, it loses its luck. Okay. James, it's like a person in your family that has died is coming to get you. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty creepy. And I was thinking, because, my friend Dalton, who is my quote boyfriend on Second Life, he was like, "What are you going to talk about on your live stream?" And he says, "How about?" And then he starts talking about superstition or sayings. When walking with someone and you walk on opposite side of the pole, you say bread and butter. Don't know why. No, I remember bread and butter too. Yes. You're not superstitious, but you pray every day, and we're allowed to do that. That's our given right. Lady Luck. I wonder where that came from, you know? So I looked it up. I looked up sayings just because I really do want to make us have a fun communication while I'm here. Oh, I love that one, Connie. She said women's bathrooms are always on the right because women are always right. That's a good one. Yeah, we've heard that one. Well, don't step on a cracker, you'll break your mother's back. That's an oldie. Diogenes. My name is Diogenes. It is the girl form of Diogenes. My grandparents lived in Harlington. Okay, Harlingen. It was so hot there. I would want to cry time I visited. Yeah, she that Harlingen is real close by. It gets very hot here in the summer. You do not want to be outside. Break a mirror, 10 years bad luck. Yeah, I think I bet everybody in here don't you don't want to break a mirror. Interesting, isn't it, though, where things come from and why we say them, and our grandparents passed them to our mom and dads. You never heard of the bread and butter where if there's a pole and you're walking and you split, it's bread and butter. Yeah. No, I didn't know that, Mary, but I have seen bottle trees. She said, have you seen bottle trees in southern yards? Yes. And that's meant to ward off evil spirits. I didn't know that. Yeah, see, look, you never know what you're going to learn. It's almost like Trivia Pursuit, but I think better. 7 years bad luck. That's what it is. What are the shoes up in telephone wires? I don't know. I wonder what. I'm sure it has something that people think enough to want to do it. Yeah, we don't like to break mirrors. 7 years bad luck, which so there's these sayings that I looked up too. Oh, Marilyn thinks it was a fad. Don't walk under a ladder. I know that one. Watch out for the black cats. Whispering feline. My mom was superstitious and thought black cats were bad luck. I had a black for 16 years and felt differently, of course. Yeah, well, that was just something she probably was brought up. Black cats. I love cats. They're so special. I have the best dog. If I didn't have Lily, I'd get a cat, but I can't have more than one right now. It is to represent Army when they're retired. That is where my husband is saying the shoe over the wires came from. Oh, represents Army when they retire. And then there's sayings like he goes, "Don't go bananas." Where'd that come from? Well, I can tell you where that came from. Like it says here, if a bird poops on you, it's a sign of good luck. I know I've heard that if butterflies are hanging around you, that's your loved ones. And red cardinals. If you see a red, and I always see red cardinals, but we have cardinals here. That's a loved one, so that's okay with me. And ladybugs are supposed to be lucky. I don't know too much about that. And how'd they get the name ladybug? Like not boy bug, ladybug. I always question stuff. I That's sort of me, you know. Like, why would they call it a ladybug? Are they all female? Who knows? What about if you see a raven? That's something that I don't know the answer to, but it sounds like there's something about the raven because ladybugs are beautiful. Maybe I could always Google it. Somebody else Google why are ladybugs called ladybugs? If there's only one branch waving on a bush and there's no wind, it's the loved one that has passed saying hi. Okay. Hi there, Judy. Welcome. We're talking about superstitions and sayings that we grew up with that we don't know why, but we, believe them. Going ape is where going bananas, where the way that apes love bananas. Are ladybugs also called June bugs? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, if there's no wind and a tree bush is waving, yeah. Ugh. Sandra says different bug. Where do you think toot your horn, can't talk. Where do you think the saying came from? Toot your own horn. June bugs and ladybugs look similar, but they're different. June bugs are bigger and almost metallic green. Okay. No June bugs are far creepy bugs. Ladybugs are little and red. Ladybugs came from Europe when the farmers would pray to the Virgin Mother to protect their crops. So they called it the ladybug. And I think ladybugs, people buy them in like packs of thousands and put them in their garden. Cali Cat wonders why Friday the 13th is superstitious. Because nothing bad has ever happened on that day. Diva Mama says this is a Spanish saying. Better to have one crazy lady than two. True. Brian says June bugs hurt you when they hit you going down the road on a motorcycle. Sharon Googled it. So do you want to know about toot your horn? Where toot your own horn? Yeah, I like ladybugs with the little black dots. Back in the 16th century, the arrival of a VIP into town was signaled by trumpeting of horns. If a person blows their own horn or toots them, it's still seen as is being proud and arrogant. Toot your own horn. Proud and arrogant. Where do you, let's see. Yeah, Friday the 13th never been a bad day for me. Here's another saying I looked up. Sit tight. When someone tells you to sit tight, I don't know about leap year. Your son was born on the 13th. Lucky 13th. My older brother died on Friday the 13th at age 13. So my mom would go to his grave and pray. Oh, that's heavy. That's heavy, Susan. That's like my sister died on April 8th, and then years later my dad died on April 8th. That's like, okay, let me back up so I can read this. Marilyn says she looked up the saying, the bread and butter saying. The bad luck of letting someone come between them is thought to be averted if you say bread and butter. Both walkers must say the phrase. Okay. And why are there no 13 in floors buildings? I know sleep tight has to do with the old beds that had ropes and they were supposed to be tightened before they go to bed. So sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Probably came from the tighter that you tightened your match. I don't know what the ropes on your bed, the less likely you'd have creepy crawlies, maybe. Yeah, Carol, I can. Your first husband died January 13th, and your dad later years same day. What's that? Same thing with my sister and my dad. Hey, Sally, good to see you. Welcome. We're just talking about sayings and superstitions that our families taught us, or just society has gotten us. The beds were made out of hay, and the hay had bugs that would bite at night. So don't let the bed bugs bite. Sleep tight. Ugh. Oh, that's nice, Carol. That's Sally. Are you feeling better? How sweet. When someone says sit tight, it says the phrase history doesn't seem to be all that complicated. A person who is sitting literally tightly will be unmoved. If someone asks you to sit tight, they want you to take no further action until told otherwise. I'm glad you're doing better. Here's one, get the hell out of Dodge. I got to get the hell out of Dodge. Why? Why would you say that? Yes, Dodge City is a real place in Kansas. The phrase is brand new, relatively speaking. Get the hell out of Dodge was a command thrown at villains on the TV and radio series Gunsmoke. We want you out of town by sundown. So many different sayings that we have in our heads or words, and I always wonder where they come from. That's what I was thinking anyway. Let's see what else we got here. Like white on rice. I wonder how that came about. Someone says like white on rice. Hang loose was a phrase we used a lot in the 70s. oh boy come from? I don't know about that. Yeah, Jim's doing much better. Hang loose comes from surfing. That's right. Or is that a hang ten? Like white on rice. If you're encouraged to stay right on top of something, a task or a responsibility, you might be close as it is white on rice. That is to say, inseparable. Yeah, it's a little bizarre, but so is a lot of the English language. Another one too, say uncle. Mind your P's and Q's. Nice way of saying watch your mouth. Yeah, P's and Q's. Wow. Mind your P's and Q's. Jim usually is watching the videos, so he'll see that. Say uncle. Back to the Roman Empire when it was believed that children cried out for their patress to help them with being bullied. Uncle. In Toronto, we are learning about new superstitions from different ethnicities. Chinese won't buy a home if the numbers are unlucky. My dad had to change house numbers with City Hall to sell the house. Wow, that is interesting. Yeah, he's doing better. I mean, I don't hang out with Jim, but we did go to lunch and it was really nice to do that. I think we're gonna go out again. He wants me to go places with him. But to be honest with you, I haven't been really in the mood to go anywhere. Not just with him, but anywhere. Hello, Maddie. Good to see you. Do you guys have me back? Can you see me again? I'm back. I have to restart it, but I don't have to leave, which is good. And I don't know why it's happening on YouTube. I really don't. It doesn't happen on any other online. I don't have it happen on Second Life. I don't have it happen on Facebook. Anything else? Hi, Chrome. Yeah, I know how to fix it, but I don't know what makes it do that. What can I say? If it does it again, I'm going to end it. Yeah, I get a warning. It's in yellow. It says, um, your connection is, I forget something. And then, well, thank you, Chrome. Well, thank you. Yeah, I am rested. I did get a good night's rest and I took a shower. I put a little makeup on and I got out of the house today. So, all in all, it was a good day. Oh, thank you, Maddie. I'm getting to be an old girl. Connie, you're funny. No, really don't know why it's doing that. And it's done that every live stream I've had. for the past couple weeks. I don't know. All I know is I am still kicking, you know? You're not ready to sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. We've been talking about sayings that we grew up with, uh, and some of them are pretty good. What else can we talk about? So we've been talking about sayings and where words came from. Anything, anybody's cooking anything delicious? Yes, you can ask. I was saying earlier, I did talk to Kathy for a long time. We had about an hour conversation. Her mom is 95. She's doing okay. I mean, she's not great. As a matter of fact, supposedly she's going to do a test to do some kind of heart valve replacement. At 95, I don't know why they want to do that, but hi, Dana. That's not a good saying. Judy made a pot of pasta sauce, strawberry salad. What do you put in a strawberry salad, Tart? Strawberries, right? I had a salad and I wasn't thrilled with it today. It was one of those already made ones. It was okay, but not so great. But I do have some really good chicken soup that I'm gonna heat up and have a little chicken soup. And I'm gonna put an order in to HEB and pick it up. That's really amazing, Sharon. Yeah, 95. So what's happening with the family over there is um okay, Kathy's my best friend, in case you don't know. And we lived together for years, and everybody kind of met her on the channel here. Um, hey, Bluebell. So anyway, her sister who passed away, her sister's firstborn. So it's 95-year-old Mary's first grandson is coming to visit in Texas from Florida. So it's a big party. They're gonna have a picnic at a campground area. They're gonna have a dinner at Mary's house. So of course they're having a Thanksgiving dinner, and Kathy has to do the cooking. She is tired. That's what she told me. That sounds good. Tart's got almonds, strawberries, romaine, thousand dressing, and some. I've never really eaten much strawberry salads. Mark and Kathy are on a real good food plan right now. I mean, they're really eating healthy. And Nathan lost 40 pounds on the carnivore's diet. And I couldn't do the carnivore's diet. I can't eat that much meat, that much. But he's doing great. Everybody's doing good. I just wish they weren't so far away from me. We get strawberries here at HEB anytime I go. I only know about them is because I've been following you back in the day when you were living in their beautiful little backyard. Yes, yes, I really enjoyed being there on their property. That was a cool 6 years for me. I got to a point though where it was time. It was just time. So I have been putting in my order to the grocery store and just picking it up, and I like it. I would love to go to Isabella's right now with them. Yes, I was definitely, living in a little tiny town, sharing everything. And I do have a playlists, and you can find out what like Chrome is talking about. When I first moved to Texas, it's all there. It really is. You love my recent videos. Well, mostly my videos now are usually me listening to the birds and watching Lily and just there's a lot of nature here. That's one of the things that's keeping me sane is that flowers are in bloom, the cactuses are beautiful right now, and yeah, I used to walk Lily and Rosie. Well, they didn't even really need leashes. Here, I have to put Lily on a leash. No, I've never been woken up by the birds. I don't know why. That's interesting. I have heard them, but I can't say that I was woken up by them. Yeah, I don't do the Walmart pickup. I do HEB, which I think is better. It really is. It's actually a lot easier to put your order together. You don't always get everything, you might have gotten something if you had been in the store, but do you really need it? The birds wake you up. See, I don't have a tree right close to my bed. The only tree that really has birds in it and they're loud is in the front here, which in a way is a good thing. So, but there's a lot of birds and they sing and they have their bird calls and I never noticed it until I lived in this area. But I do love the nature part of this and I've been really alone. I mean, literally, other than, going to a store talking to somebody, I just find myself by myself and I'm quiet. Probably don't think I am, but I am kind of quiet. If you sleep with your windows open, yes, then the birds would probably wake me up, but I don't. Yeah, if you open your windows, but I don't open my bedroom windows ever. Yeah, if I have I mean, it's nice to have a conversation. You go to a store, or you know, so sweet. I had the cutest. I'm telling you, the I went to the Mexican grocery a couple days ago, and I didn't get a lot. I think I got like 20 something dollars worth. And I asked the guy, young, cute, young Mexican guy, tall, handsome, really handsome. I mean, maybe 20 years old. And at the end of it, I said, "Can I get $20 over so I can get some cash back?" And he had no idea what I was saying. He did not understand one word about what I said. He did speak fairly good English, but he didn't know what I was saying. So he had to get somebody. And, you know, they said, "No, they don't do that." I said, "Okay." And he actually opened the door to the store for me. And I tell you what, he was the most adorable. I don't know how old he was, but around 20 something. Beautiful dark hair, smile with a dimple and tall and built good. I said to him, if I was younger, he laughed. You know what? When I lived with Kathy and Mark on their property, I would be woken by the chickens crowing. Oh yeah. It didn't disturb me either. It's kind of an interesting sound, but yeah, they were yeah, we have a lot of birds singing around here. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining me for this hour, and I'll be back next Wednesday. I will not be doing this Saturday anymore live streams for a while. I will put out more videos and do more shorts, so be I will be putting content out, I promise. Don't forget to leave a comment and give me a thumbs up. That really helps me. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next Wednesday, okay? Thumbs up. Have a beautiful day. Peace out. A beautiful night. Thank you, you guys. I appreciate y'all. I really do.